King is the author of I'm the Man Who Loves You and Antidotes for an Alibi, and Forthcoming, Slaves to Do These Things from Blazevox, and I Want to Make You Safe from Litmus Press. She currently teaches English composition at Queensborough Community College. Please visit her at amyking.org. Please welcome Amy.
Thank you. Sorry I'm late. Had a little car trouble. So I'll just read really short and read from my new book. Actually, I'll read a new poem first. Let me clear the room.
Sorry, I picked my student class.
That's all right. That's all right. Let that be a lesson to me to bring my own students. All right. I have a new poem that I wrote for a friend of mine, Wendy Babiak. It's called Dear Wendy. Too bad about the plate, the shadow box, the twisted book. The universe conspired, a felony against your face in search of the tiny light that carves such things, a grand piano to play, a poor painting by Paul Stanley resembling the way I feel today, full of rhododendrons, half-rotten sweet. We walked through the dead cells twice, clubbed foot, until I had to concede. I'll call out sick, though the sickness is not me. It's the still weeds of guilt I've been trained to feed with each yawn. Every ruffled stir I tamp down with glances at the working sky for any sign of a white moon. I know it when I hear it, but did you see what I said? The moth of my words tattered, a heart banging at the bulb of this cold-blossomed forest. I bend on glass knee, looking up. You are someone else too, when you want. We are one bird behind one bird behind one laughter, one breath behind one rib, one silence behind one handwritten letter, one scalp behind one spine, one dawn behind one skull, opened by one bullet, one skin, not us, then the other, with long bones reaching with one question, the one certainty we know each other, embarrassed or proud, snowed in or lullaby, through. So I thought I'd just read some weird poems for you. And I do mean weird. Let's see. And this is from my new book that's coming out soon. Though I have I'll call it the banged up version, the unproofed review copy. In line with weird, I'll just pick the weirdest. The memory skin. I am opposite marriage. My dinner cake is made guerrilla style. Getting in their faces, sly, shotgun raw, we spoke. You held me well until you closed with the intellectual integrity of a fucked up life. To give in to the grace of a sudden condition, that is the primacy of thought. My first false encounter came with the blue eye of a mother, forward swimming through the foreign gravity of a father. Deadpan cigar smoke, rehashed cement sounds, turning water. Take up my flower, soak my skin with the limbs of vermouth. The ear wouldn't hear any louder the cries of platonic clans, cave-bound. I too am cavernous, ready to swallow the first sign of finger to point or hubris as needle. Stitch me clean, remove the fist from your saddle, and steer me with the sweet sweat of birth. That is, in the scent that there is no light, I can see every artificial flame. People in Paris and Zanzibar cutting garlic in half for rainbow trout caught by the poles of their own hands. Arms that stretch through static memories not yet their own, but that of the imperialists, wrenching to make what last was never theirs to behold. Now scoop her here. Listen to the sea's shell repeat a fish-like backbone breaking, your teeth at the innards of life. And I'll just read.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
No, I won't read that long. I won't scare you for that long. Here's something resembling sense. Miracle on the Hudson. Buried by midnight, I am a warm fly in amber. A reflection buzzes against my wings' vision quest. This window square above the Atlantic, leading me down the lane by moonlight's hand beneath the shadowed sun in oil blue water. A darker planetary hug of crooked limb with etched on hand. You have not listened to the tones of trees, our branches, our trunks, calm as axes, gathered roots beneath the sheer drop of future stars at least. We flicker too, stone-white skeletons modeled on the earth's black bloated heart, her skinny boots that march circles on the universe. We go around in them, meeting ourselves behind our backs, knocking the bony knockers of spines with parading breath. One side strikes the other. Language cheapens. We speak where all symbols want power, such as a door which opens, takes persimmons to its lover, the other side to no knock. We can't remind the lover to love any more than we can love ourselves without the lover, born by the landing of light. You don't have to talk. Okay. Did Mark already read?
Yes.
Oh, you did? Sorry.
Yes.
Wanted to hear Mark read.
You probably read like 900 times, I think.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
No.
But every time I read, you are also reading.
Like less than 5, maybe.
Less than 5.
Yeah.
In fact, Amy, you may be our last reader, unless Matt Williams is here somewhere hiding. Matt Williams or Urban Weathersby. So,
All right, then I'm finishing you off.
Take your time and relax.
I'm going to do my damnedest. Let's see. This is a poem I wrote. I'm from a pretty racist background. I grew up in the Bible Belt in the South, well, which is where the Bible Belt is. And I don't know. I moved to the inner city of Baltimore when I was 15, and I had to learn a lot of lessons. And it really opened up my literary palette, actually. So you'll hear a few allusions in this poem to some books that I've read in the past, African American literature, I should say. And the Sioux that I mentioned is the Native American Sioux. When the bread is in my body, I tend to leave you for the Sioux and the low-lying mother I grew up on. You're alone now, a distance from bones I used to walk upon. The ones I carry in brown paper parcels tied with hair from estates, gone defunct in overgrown cotton, and snakes that would rattle if their bellies were younger. My ghost leaning watches from her rotten woodpile, sips the head off a beer, and of course, the dough becomes another beast I yawn to let go of. It needs an easy out. We all do as much in the process of sheets, clothes, and carpets. We pass extra history on the way out with our ducking ways and latchings onto. We do hook work, portray a pretty weave, pretend against the 1/8 rule of red or black at the seat of skin who fought the war to keep a status. I am duty's brick thrown at the heart of future's pots, sorrow's kitchen licking yeast from faces that poke time's back hot. My eyes are heavy, but my heart is not. My heart is now. I take the corners of your mouth, lead you into pastures of mules, into men and books you've overlooked on flea market tables and shelves of families' homes you've never stepped into. The dead footsteps pass around us, crush the beetle meat of fallen trees, and strip the hides from 2 slow rabbits. Those who grew a living field where wheat still stretches and bodies buried breathe into bodies living on, those with bread and flesh enough and the talk of time to grow upon. My girlfriend says I read too fast. I think I do too. It's not out of nervousness, no. I just get into it and it starts to kind of. I think I'm used to the poems at this point. Let's see if we find something else. Okay, Anarchy's Tiptoe. You already know it's going to be weirder than the rest, just by the title, I hope. Anarchy's Tiptoe. Who's to say what magic is when we've got vistas to explore? We'll spend a day at the Hindu temple, watch a man who loses everything, still hold his hands like being married. A younger man dreams of lions, a cave, an imminent slaughter the Lord intervenes on. His voice took the sword from my hand, pardoning ballistics. I steal ballet from a brandy flask in the midst of biblical highways. I had to meet you crying, though, which is often called cutting it close. What has all this to do with us? Ultimately, a few drops, regardless of stories told, get to sparkle on the cup's quiet rim. The lying puppet then bounced into my arms, and suddenly I was a mother. A massage specialist on the next seat over tapped her cloven hoof to a single beat and remembered Santa Claus out loud. Long ago, when the world chirped on, my father and I lived in an airport. The girl back then could barely lift her head to nod at traveling villagers. She was too small to reach the ledger to print her name upon. They called her Christmas in honor of northern stars falling down around me. lifting us to a safer place like an old Parisian house covered by vines where 12 more girls lived in 2 very straight lines. My lovelier brothers acquired the nicknames of Big and Little Dippers. Divest your interest in how men are the new women. Plagued by family when the house was wild, a tight corset wouldn't pinch the waistlines nor squeeze the chest into pails with shovels. My grandmother was a gambler from Holland, like Baby Mountain wandered the banks of the Seine. Our theaters and music halls drew passing widows who sang from these pleated hills. They housed small Dutch dolls with black-brown eyes the color of shiny Marmite. But after twilight, sleep became an awakening. Our antique shop is very still now. Usually no one goes close enough to notice the noise of biding time, a vastly off-white habit from patience. Enclosed in this forgotten basement, the galaxy is an awfully big place, and I am still feeling the walks between steps, drowning in part, footed forever with this forever project of waking up. I'll just read one more, just to avoid more applause. You like that idea? I have one that, where is it? I have one that's about God I want to read. Where is the one about God? That was in the last section, it's not. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's kind of about God. Does anybody think this is it? Like this is all there is? Any what do you call that? Not agnostic, but what is it? What is it that
Atheist.
Any atheists in it? It's just I'm agnostic, but I'm driving here and I'm also reading this book right now by Sanjay Gupta. Have any heard of this book, Cheating Death? I've been thinking a lot about death lately because I was sick for a while. I was sick for like a year, and I really was thinking I was going to die. And so now, after I've gone through what apparently is a normal reaction after being ill, which is like, apparently I got very existential and some depression, but a lot of existential thoughts, and, not suicidal, but just very odd. I've come out of that, but now I'm just obsessed with like, what do people really think happens after death? Does anybody have any, I know there are no certainties, but any good ideas what happens after death?
No one's been back to tell us.
Houdini promised he would try his hardest to give a sign to his wife, and nothing ever happened. Figure if one person's going to do it, it'd be Houdini.
Right.
All right, so this is the last one. It's called When Catholic Girls Go Riding. My Mexican pony turned again and found himself adrift amidst the Bambis of the eastern shore. North Carolina is just as lovely this time of year, with soft brown eyes that look the same as air. I ride along, forgetting my comb, so I need to find a pattern for an A-line skirt. Has your dad only got one eye? What's he left to see the rest with? On the other side of other words, you can't tie a person down with nylon pure. You can break them out in corduroy patterns. You can house them in with herringbone. I don't usually take to women with leisure-class sports jackets. So if I was overheard in stating, I'm going to buy a massive ring with conflict diamonds, would you admit our liaisons? Do you like my paisley serge seams with turquoise ribbon trimmings? You could truly become my only glue with a touch of open destiny. Except I don't believe in disbelief, ever the hushed out cop. Whatever you do, don't be yourself instead. Forgo the silence and solitude. Pull on this chocolate brown wool applique fully lined. With each attempt, she dropped his body like an acorn's leaf, a loaf of sugar melted into hardened human limbs. Cancer hadn't taught us anything by then. Now the rictus spreads into my nasal areas. But I'm wearing this bib of rib-stitched gold lame with self-yoke and peekaboo creases that deplete the injuries my keeper keeps crossing out. I'm sure I've worn my welcome down, but I kick his sides, driving across these frictions on my dearest mule, sad to leave some beside the ocean's curbside, along the road to hell, one stop after heaven's gated chartreuse. God nervously awaits on the other side in her mocha acetate A-line with hand-dyed lace, and subtle snake bows tugging at the hemline.